Skid steer or compact track loader, two of the most popular pieces of construction equipment. Which one's right for you? Earlier this year, I caught up with Tori Williams, a compact construction equipment expert and a frequent guest here on the track. We took a deep look into when you would want to use a skid steer and when a compact track loader would be your better option. Compact track loader, also known as a CTL. Skid steer. This one has tires, this one has tracks. Tori, besides that, what are some of the key differences?
So with a track loader, you're going to get better production because it has better breakout force due to the balance of the machine. The other thing that you really get is better flotation too. So let's say you're running on a slope, you're going to feel much more confident running on that slope with a CTL than you would a skid steer.
So breakout, flotation, good on slopes. Why would I buy this?
More flat planes, a lot of road work. Maybe if you're in a scrap application and you put a set of hard tires on there so that thing can run, you don't have to worry about getting flats, you don't have to worry about nails and pipe and glass getting in your tracks. So that's an easy one to me that comes to mind, is if you're in a scrap application.
So this is the old tried and true. This has been around forever. This is John Deere's 50th anniversary, I think, of this product.
Yep.
Yeah, so this has been around a while. So if I'm comfortable with what I've always had, I'm definitely going to look at one of these. So if in solid tires, you said, so what application would I put solid tires on this unit historically?
A lot of guys that are planing, say they put a cold planer on the front, they're milling out for putting 24-inch pipe in the ground, let's say, and they're running on roads all day long. A lot of guys would equip this with hard tires, so they just don't have to worry about it. They can go to work. There's a lot of spinning out there too that would chunk up these tires. And if you got hard tires on, it just goes to work. If you check track tension, they're gonna last a lot longer than if you don't. And the other misinformation when it comes to education is, even if the customer is checking the track tension, sometimes they have a tendency to over tighten because they don't wanna see any sag in the tracks. That's actually the worst thing that you can do, because the undercarriage will get ripped up and you'll rip through those tracks really fast because they're actually being pulled apart.
One of the simplest differences is the tires. And it's one of the things that steers, no pun intended, a lot of contractors away from the CTL. Historically, and because of some misinformation, contractors have believed that the tracks would not last as long as tires. We're working to change the mindset and educate customers that if you check the tracks every day and every week and have a good maintenance program, they can last a lot longer than you think. So we're in Arizona today.
Yep.
Which one's more popular in Arizona?
So today, it's still more popular with the skid steer. The skid steer market, though, here is only growing at about 5% year over year. The CTL market, industry-wise, is growing 35 to 40%.
Oh, wow. So it's growing fast.
It's growing very fast. We have a lot of customers here that used to rent a 450 or 550 dozer that are now renting a large frame 333 model from us and putting a dozer blade on the front. And just the low center of gravity and the balance and the speed, they're able to rent that machine or purchase it less, and their production is typically better. So they're getting a better return on their investment, and they can get that job done early, they can get their bonus, move on to the next one and do the same thing.
That's what they're trying to get done.
Yes.
Trying to get production. It's all about production. So in Arizona, we talked about that. Other parts of the country, I travel the country with RDO, and I'll see pockets where I see a lot of skid steers, and I'll see pockets where I see a lot of CTLs. Is that education, application, geography? What do you think that is?
Most of that to me is geography. I grew up in the Midwest, so a lot of snow up there, of course, a lot of rain, a lot of mud. Not so much in Arizona.
So I want one of these.
You definitely want one of those, yes. Okay. There's still, of course, an application for skids. There's a lot of skids still sold there, but primarily the market is CTL up there. For instance, our Texas region is pretty similar to the Midwest. Not a lot of snow there, of course, but a lot of rain and a lot of mud there. So the CTL market there is also significantly better than the skid steer market.
So in the Texas Hill Country, we see these, and we see them with hard tires.
Yep.
And that's just because of the rocks and the kind of the same ground as what you'd have in Arizona.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. And when it comes to rocks, if you're in a very rocky application, like you said in New Braunfels, Texas, or certain parts of Phoenix, you're going to want to stay with a skid steer. More than likely, you're going to put hard tires on it, because either way, it's going to tear up your tires if you have pneumatic tires on it, or it's going to tear up your tracks. So it really depends on application and geography and where you're at in the country.
So when I look at these two machines, The bucket's the same, the coupler's the same, the hydraulics based on the specs could be the same, the operator station is going to be the same. Physically, tracks and tires, and then the way those fit into the application is really the difference in these two machines.
Exactly. If you're sitting in it, it's pretty much going to feel the same unless you look out beyond the boom and you see tracks or you see tires. Everything on the front is exactly the same. Coupler's the same. If you're running certain attachments on your skid steer, you can run the same attachments on your CTL. So you don't need to reorder new attachments or anything. It just goes from one machine to the next.
So if I had a mixed fleet, it wouldn't matter.
Correct.
I'm glad Tori brought up attachments. They are crucial to compact construction equipment. The attachments are what make the machine so versatile and productive. You got an older machine? Don't worry about it. We got a lot of attachments that can work on new and older machines. Talk to your contract construction equipment expert at RDO Equipment Company. They can guide you through that process seamlessly. Hey, and if you're looking for a deal on attachments, go to rdomarketplace.com. rdomarketplace.com. We put all of our aged attachments on there. We're always trying to flush them through all of our locations. We have thousands of attachments out there, and we write them down so that you can get good deals on them. So if you're looking for attachments and you're looking for a deal, go to rdomarketplace.com. You're going to find a lot of deals. Thanks for watching the track. As always, really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your comments. If I can do anything for you, reach out to me on social media. Talk to you soon.